incredible. Looking at the buzzers, we're gonna head on. Final game of day one, Grand Finals, PMCO League. No, C Grand Finals.
PMCO C Grand Finals, here we go. Erangel once again. This is going to be the classic one once more as we will see all these teams collide before we close the curtains for match day number 1 and prepare for day 2. Day 2 is going to be some sort of a similar format as well, as we see the flight taking path all the way from the northwest section. This is going to be something that is really different as compared to what we've seen previously.
Oh, I hope this is a balanced, very balanced fight, crossing across Pachinki and up to Novo. We know Team Secret is not fixed to one drop points here because Bigatron as well as Araki are really taking up their points of dropping. But looking at this state, they're doing great, actually.
Yeah, I can say that they're doing fantastic. And looking at the drop spots here, they are hopping off, heading towards it. Maybe they might loiter around the Gatka region as well if they could not reach Quarry. And EVO's Esports, we talked about them before that they like to hit into South George. This is where this area is going to get condensed because Golden Cat opts to actually hit North George instead. So they will be the noisy neighbors, while Onyx Esports will be the same old for their side as they manage to secure themselves the Gatka region. Now, inside of military base, what's going to happen? Oh, what's going on here?
Straight off the bat, Jughead has been running a lot because Zico trying to run him over. Look at that, just getting himself covered in that very small compound. Still have nothing on him. At the same time, trying to get some loot, which is not favoring him at all.
Oh, Jughead's going to have the Tommy! And there goes a headshot straight towards Zico. He's going to regret driving all the way across. And joke's on him now that he's down on his knees. Rab is only having the pistol in hand. Now, pistol versus the Thompson.
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be hard. I've seen situations where the pistols could actually pull off some miracles. But is this the day we see that pistol kill in this early phase of the game against Jughead? 30 points versus 20.
Oh, no. Looking at Zico. But then he's running out of bullet. There's the rest of the team. Will it be enough for the bullet to hold up, because we have one more Xavier's Rabies. He's actually on the other side. Karma hits him hard, by the way, for Xavier's team.
Yeah, that was really rough for them, and EVO's Esports now dominating this section here. Rab is still by the corners of the bush, trying to camouflage himself. Poor guy. I mean, he got the bag, he got the vest, but no weapons. Well, if he wants to get some energy drinks, no problem. Oh, okay. All right. We keep it this way. We'll just let him sneak past and see whether or not EVO's could just secure kill number 2. Okay, Jughead's gonna pass by. He can actually get those angles right. But Jughead's, he's got no clue. He's got no clue at all.
I have no idea. It's just a handgun. Rabies is holding, trying not to be nervous, holding, clenching his teeth. I'm sure of that. Don't move. Not even a muscle. With only a bush, a camouflage, they have no idea for EVOs. And they just flee away, giving the life for Rabies to be infectious for another day.
I think for EVO's Esports, it's like another episode of X-Files. It's like, doo-doo-doo-doo. What's going on? It's a mystery. Where did he go? Is this a UFO or something? But of course, jokes aside, looking at the first phase, it is covering mostly on the mainland. Some portion of Sonaska military base that favors the side of WoW Esports. Now, EVOS, they managed to actually head towards a different section. They don't really want to chase on to X Team anymore. But Bigatron Esports, inside of Novo Ripnoye, they stole this compound away from the side of Team Secret, because if Team Secret were to land here, they will have to pick fights after fights after fights. So they opt to actually change it towards the section of Primos instead. So what are your thoughts on the town of Primos? Do you think this gives Team Secret any sort of an edge as compared to anyone else?
I think they studied a lot for Team Secret to see the drop points for other team, because as we can see, they're not contested at all at Primos, so it's not really a bad drop. But looking at the loot though, sometimes it's okay, decent enough, but well, Primos being Primos.
Well, well, I gotta say, sometimes the town could be really quiet. Would often be visited by either Victim Esports or some other Indonesian team that would like to actually drop there. At times, even Golden Cat will do so as well. But it's a really rare occasion for them to drop inside of Primos while you do gank is usually on the northern section, while Box Gaming secures one of the biggest towns out there, other than Pachinki. That's Yusnaya, Pollyanna, because they're not just comparing the size. You have so many of these apartments where you could just slowly divide yourselves into 4 men. If you really do have the whole town by yourself, you can stack up all the loots that you can get. While Eliminate the Murder will be inside Rozal.
Well, there always this same dropping point for Eliminate the Murder as well as your tier, but the rest of the team, we are kind of gambling either, like, well, VIP still on the school though, they didn't change. Usually they're gonna fight against BAT, which is not in the tournament now, so there's nobody contesting them.
Speaking of VIP squad, now this is something that is really interesting. They start out strong. They got the first chicken dinner. Second game, a little bit shaky, but still a respectable run. Third game, fell flat. I think it is a little bit of a dip of momentum after the first one.
Maybe
like,
they're just exhausted as well.
I guess like they actually plan out Sana really well, but for other matches, it's gonna be really tough for you to always read back to what you planned for during those off-season time. And I gotta say that 2 week of a break did give all these players some really good rest, and for some, really good practices too.
I think most of them are practicing, and maybe some of them really change their tactics entirely because we see so many teams actually step up their games today. We've never seen Golden Cat this aggressive before. They were always the last bottom of this chart, but looking at this, they are climbing and got themselves at second place as we speak. So there's a lot of teams that exchanging places here and there, especially Illuminate. They are not performing at all for the first day.
But if you think about Eliminate the Murder, as much as they didn't really get too much of those, high kill volumes, they did still secure 21 kills, which is a respectable amount. They're right now sitting with 71 points. So if they really do get that chicken dinner, that's 30 points. They could possibly push themselves to the top 3.
Anybody can still push themselves out with this last game, but we still have another day to go for tomorrow. Speaking of Illuminate again, they have been killing a lot, but not good placement points for the past 5 games as we see
They are still the kings of Erangel
yeah.
after all. For a reason. I'm not counting out them out so soon because we still have day number 2, but
and like you said, if they manage to get chicken dinner, they might push themselves up in the first ranking because it's not that far off.
Yeah, I definitely have to just point it out. And even Icy Baby Wants You did say that if you mess up first 2 rounds or so, you might have a couple of chances left, but the chances get slimmer as you go, depending on how you do on each and every game. So if they really want to push themselves forward, they gotta not only take out all the top guns, they gotta find their way into the top 3 and secure double-digit kills.
Well, speaking of the position again, making sure you got the top tier placement. We're looking how migration will happen very soon. Where will the circle end up? Is this circle very familiar?
I want to see it end in Pachinki or the top of Mount Gatka.
We've seen outskirts of Pachinki. We never see inside Pachinki exactly, right?
Well, we did see it end inside of Pachinki that day when it did zoom all the way in and pushes everyone to actually heal up. And even RQ alongside with Arof, they secured that place for such a long time. And at the end of the day, it was Purple Moon that took in the chicken dinner. That was week number 5, but now we see a fight.
Like we said, they have been aggressive this game, taking and picking off fights every single time. Going against Saber, but Neris is alone here while the other rest of the team kind of have to cross the bridge if they want to have some backup. Box being pressured a lot, but none of the spray hits. For Naris still going on tabs with Saber's team here.
Spots out the rest of Saber's squad. As you can see, Deadshot soaking a little bit more damage. Rabis is not left harmed, but that's a lot of taps straight into the UAZ. It might just actually smoke up. Great work there coming from the side of Naris with that M4 control, but not going to be finding Cuvée at all. And you can see Deadshot just trying to slowly drive this to the ruins.
By the way, from that UAZ, they really need to change vehicle. It might blow up anytime.
This is gonna be bad. I don't think they should have done this, but D2 is chasing off Eliminate the Murder, but there's a lot of replies straight coming from the side of Matoy as he hops right back into Zazia. He's gonna sprint off as well, but like I kind of predicted, the circle will zoom straight into her center here, which loiters around Patinki as G9 chased them all off.
Well, looking at this day, Pachinki is the most comfortable position for RIQ, but then they're always taken up by surprise. G9 trying to scout as much as possible, getting themselves better loot. All got decent level 2, but they really need to take up fight with level 3 ones. Well, looking at this, Pachinki will be super crowded soon.
Yeah, before the calm before the storm, we do see all these guys loitering around the central, more towards the northwest somewhat. Evos is going to be able to take up all the loots straight up from the airdrop as Matthew will be challenged by Ernie. Ernie's going to be able to find Matthew, and I don't think there's any way to actually save him in that situation.
Straight away being wiped off the map. Matthew have to obey. The damage being done is too much, with 2 versus 1 not favoring him at all, even though he's the scout of the team. While the rest of EVOS don't want to join in, they will build this, getting that information. While WAW, look at that, this! Another civil war for the Indonesian teams.
Wow, trying to clip off against Victim. Victim already having quite a rough start. You can see Oro now takes down Sinbi alongside with D2E, also finding Onyx. Now, a lot of all these Indonesian teams are at war while D2E is trying to find the head of EXE. Gonna bring him down to 50%. I don't think that he will be saved by Onyx at all. He will have to just bow out and just play with just 3 men in that situation. So EXE slowly crawling his way. Now taking a little bit of taps, but Sky's gonna go in with a little bit of reply. Here comes Nick as well, but D2E will finish off EXE nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way it's too far for the rest of Onyx team to save him, while Nick and Sky have to bail for the moment. Well, Evo Jaxi being countered there. Straight face on Jaxi. One last tap. That's a crazy control. They managed to get 1 knock for Team Secret.
Numbers down from the side of Team Secret. Bubu still trying to get this. It's going to be Foxy being brought down there by the captain of Team Secret himself. Dixie's still trying to give him a little bit of helping hand, popping some painkillers. Not going to be able to actually crack those nades. So Steel 9K is going to go in with the smokes, covering Sinbi. This is going to be a 3-on-2 trade-off, but this is going to be time for Jixie to actually do something. Oh, the nade lofts a little bit too far. Here comes the raid, and it just bounces all the way too far once again. Here's another attempt coming from the side of Sinbi, straight towards the side of the UAZ. It's going to land a little bit short, but that one might just clip over the side of Foxy. Oh, Foxy manages to heal himself up.
That's a lot of nades being thrown by Team Secret. They're really committed to fight against 2 of EVO's members here, while BB trying to get the vision done, and Jaxi managed to get Team Secret.
Oh, he got grabbed away. Sinbi Neo goes in for the drive-by.
There goes EVOS out in the open, and we're looking at 54 teams left. No, sorry, 15 teams left. 54 players left, and I think EVOS is the first one to be out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the first one to fall, and you can see a little bit of a disappointed faces in the front of the crowd if you guys are here in Jakarta. But Martin, on top of this roof, getting a lot of field of view, getting some vantage point, spots out Golden Cat by the corners of the church, while Otto, playing by the ditch, finds out Martin, trying to line those shots on that M24, going for the prone, trying to stabilize it. Can he actually land it towards Martin?
This is risky because he still got level 1 helmet and vest. If only Martin managed to snap his head off, straight away it will be knocked for Otto. It's not really a great position, but at the same time, Martin, he's looking the other way, but he knows now, giving off the Otto open fires, exposing his position.
Now he's going to be a little bit more cautious, as you can see that Golden Cat already getting the crosshairs pointed at from the side of Martin, as he will hop down. Now, the thing that separates normal basic player compared to the pros is that they know how to find different advantages from different sections of the town. And speaking of that, RQ, they like to actually hit down south with the widths of Pachinki and hit towards this point where they can clip off anyone that drives through the farm area.
Oh no, Nick just got finished off by Victim, another civil war. They have been fighting against each other for the Indonesian team. Keep on bumping very near of the same vicinity. Well, Nick, you don't want to be flipping here out in the open. He's being pressured a lot, and this might just clip his HP really low.
Only a couple of HP left.
Oh my goodness. Last clip, but it seems like Banyu still wants to go in for Sky. He really needs the cover he needs, but it's not just enough. He's the last
Oh, there we go.
Well
Onyx takes out Onyx. Well, just giving him the big frag right from the roof. That was such a big one coming in. And now,
finish off
there's
the whole
Pierce
team.
joining.
Exactly, well, Victim still holding out the fort around Pachinki. Like you said, you want Pachinki fight, you got it, Contra.
Oh my. But I won't really guarantee that it will end inside of Pachinki. Most likely, when we see it hovering towards the side of Pachinki, it'll be in the outskirts instead of the whole town itself, as we see RRQ still having a little bit of standoff against Narok Gaming. We've seen it a whole lot of times during the league, and it's just sniping fiesta for both these guys.
Oh my goodness!
Like I said, outside
this is
of
a
Pachinki.
punishing circle. It was actually in the bridge area too.
This is familiar. We've seen this before. 2 rounds, one in somewhere week 2, another one somewhere across early stages of the week number 5. Now, this is where things get interesting. Whoever wants to book Very Pure could have a little bit of room, but later on, much later on, it's going to be tough for the guys coming from that section. But whoever's at the location where BTR is at is going to have a little bit of control with those angles, but Bigatron Esports, they're hugging by the corners of the shoreline here, trying to get those advantages straight, as Narok Gaming drive straight into it.
They know the bridge more than anybody else for Bigatron, but looking at this state, that circle is super deceiving. One moment we thought it would be at center, then straight into the south. Will it be a bridge fight?
Bridge fight?
Probably.
I think it's going to be tough to actually get that, but again, NRG, they managed to spot out Bigatron Esports by the top of the what I like to call the lighthouse town if you do play the PC version of it. But in this version, you don't really have the lighthouse. You only have like a small little hut there where you can just try to work with that pigeonhole.
Looking at Bigatron tunneling over Victim, which is going to bump into NRG. This is a death trap for NRG. Has been waiting while Bigatron trying to keep the tabs on Victim. Being knocked first is that NRG still going for the sprays. It seems like they committed to take the fight and taking the advantage of a situation. Vil is being flipped and drifting that buggy. He was off the buggy.
Great control coming from Rick Gazelle. Going with the spray downs there, bringing some health down from those guys right across. But Eliminate the Murder is not too far away. So they have to pick the closest fight that they can get. This is going to be Narok Gaming getting surrounded. They fend off against the guys from RRQ. And now Eliminate the Murder. This is Yakuza looking for Malin. Oh my goodness, Marco!
Last hit of tap. What a lucky! It's not even one hit. One sneeze, he can be knocked straight away.
Even a scratch, one little scratch right there, it would have been him being knocked out, but Ryzen managed to actually take down on it right there. A couple of nades being flunked there from the side of Narok Gaming, while Eliminate the Murder trying to actually take the lower side of the end.
By the way, I can't move on. Oh my goodness, how lucky can he get for Marco?
Well, and I guess like there's more rounds to go, because Box Gaming, they still have all 4 members intact. Eliminate the Murder, they are #1 in the league, but today it doesn't seem like the champions of the league could possibly secure themselves that top 1 position as of yet. But in this position, they are going to possibly fight off against Narok Gaming as well as Team Secret, who's already being damaged much earlier on.
They don't want to be in this vicinity too long because we are going to see RRQ might join in the party while Illuminate trying to get themselves covered for every angle possible. Martin being super cautious, the rest of the team trying to jump to see if anybody is playing the prone game while they go straight away with prone because it seems like there's nobody else sharing them this area. But little did they know, there's one more team straight up ahead. We have Pure Skills Victim right at the outskirts here, and there goes the sprays from QB.
QB just slowly trying to actually snipe away the health of Banyu. Spots out Kuve as well. He's going to be going into rotation. Look at that 6-time spray on that M4. That is that sort of control that is so beautiful. That this is why we love professional PUBG Mobile.
Exactly, and there are always new plays that we can learn from them. Looking at QB, trying to get into UAZ, then on second thought, he just wanted to change his angle to go for Banyu. He's gonna make sure he denying his mobility on this Dacia, trying to blow it up instead.
And the circle is still zooming straight in towards the patrol station where Eliminate the Murder is at, followed by Team Secret, Victim, as well as Narok Gaming. Narok Gaming always camping on the bridge. The E2, managed to go in with the snipes and just kills off the rest of You Do Gang.
Wow, that's a lot of alert going on. They are really their reaction time is crazy for RQ. It's like just less than 1 second straight away tapping off and got every team wiped. And looking at Xavier, they are sharing the compound with Team Secret, trying to tunnel on RQ D2E, being super cautious, making sure they're not staying in one point, just keep on moving around. They know a lot of teams are watching for their placement here.
Sinbi Neo, we saw him driving past the guys of Evo, securing that first knockout, and we see all the rotations coming across Purple Moon, their skills. Wow, Golden Cat, everyone going on a frenzy, going in for a party in the middle of Gatka. As you see, now it's going down for the spray downs here, and you can see all these guys, alas, will be wiped away. They will fall short, but Bigatron Esports will secure a whole lot of kills in that situation. Here comes Takanomi, getting those taps in towards the hut, knocking down some of these guys from Golden Cat as they are being pummeled down with nowhere to run. Not much places to hide.
But Oro trying to get the A done, and they're pincing themselves. A lot of teams are growing and walking and crawling into the safe zone, making sure they got the last game on their side. We have Illuminate, Purple Moon in the same place. Marin trying to get some of the taps, and it seems like there goes, will it be a Kobe?
Oh, there we go!
Crazy nays there!
Oh my goodness, Martin, the moment he flicked the nade, he brings out his M4, he immediately gets that kill, but he will be knocked down by Jasper and says, an eye for an eye. And now we see Illuminate the Murder already having all these health slowly depleting away. Goddard's gonna be able to go in with the support. Zooms is being sent out to actually scout out ahead. Let's see, does he have any sort of magical nade, just like how Martin just go in with that one.
And looking at this Golden Cat being cramped up in a very small space to work with, while Zoom is the next one who's picking off on Golden Cat. They're having, well, a lot of people been bullying Golden Cat in this round, though. Everybody's trying to nitpick them every single time.
Yeah, but there's nothing much that can be done. You are smacked in the middle of the fields of Gatka, just in time when Pure Skills was rotating alongside with everyone that was coming in from the northern side. So it's just tough luck in that sort of situation. While Rick, although he has 4 men, they're not really in the best of spots because Luxy, they are trying to clip off some of these guys from NRG. And this section of the control station is not all too safe anyways.
Looking at this, trying to spray some tabs. Luxy trying to get the kid. Oh, Takanomi on the other side of the map. What happened?
He blew himself up. What? What's going on?
What happened to WAW just now?
Circle slowly favoring the side. And VIP squad charging into the fight as well. Kupao is going to go in for the spray downs there as they see a whole lot of vehicles coming by. Michael style on the ground, still slowly bleeding out. Jumper is going to reply in response. And from the side of Jumper, he's trying to charge himself back into 100%, losing a lot of health on the helm.
But he needs to move. Looking at the current state, he really will be pushed into the blue zone. While Kupao, looking at this, they're trying to keep on the pressure for Box Gaming as well as Purple Moon right across the field. We have Golden Cat still on the run. Well, this is bad position for JRX. One nade can finish him off.
How can he get out of this place?
He needs to get out, but I don't know. He cannot. This is bad.
This is bad.
It's possible. You have to crouch yourself while jumping in on top of that Dacia. Jasper trying to get on Kupao.
Oh, that random side!
Oh,
what? D2E snipes it off, and now Jasper's trying to steal it off away. Could he actually finish the kill? A couple more taps, and Jasper secures that kill.
That is sick from D2E, and he's pissed right now. I'm sure of that. He'll kill Silmine, and then seems like Kupao will be the next victim as D2E is tunneling the vision on him.
Now looking at his crosshairs here, he's got that mini 14 at the ready. He could possibly go in for a couple of taps over the side of WAW. Jumper all by himself, still trying to survive top 13 situation as we see X team just getting the same compound with Sinbi and Neo. Sinbi will be able to finish off Rabbits with that headshot.
And trying to get for more, but there's so many teams just crampling over this place. And we have Cuvée still holding his position, not to be discovered yet. Don't want to expose too much. We have RQ out in the open, but VIP just got themselves in the middle of box. WAW and RQ. This is a bad position for them.
Looking at RQ's position, they do have a whole lot of smokes to just use it defensively while Illuminate the Murder now playing this out slowly. Jasper now popping off. One more snipe, and this is straight towards the side of Kupao. He's already got Nate killed up. He's looking for more members for the side of the WoW, but Zooms will be able to go in with a pickoff once again.
It seems like now in really low, needs help and cover. While Zoom managed to get a couple of bugs there. Yudu Drax is down as well as Amjo just got himself on his knees for Drax. And NRG is on the rampage too now and trying to get Victim off the map. There's so many fights going on in his vicinity.
You can see Bigatron just arrived to the occasion, and Banyu slowly bleeding out. Can he actually survive? He's losing some tires over in the back, and now he will be sniped away all the way inside of the hunt. Victim Esports secures that kill. That was sick flick coming in from Victim.
That was like what? A very long distance from that very small head. That's crazy.
Now down to the top 10 teams. Kuve all by himself. Team Secret down to 2 men. Followed by RRQs right in the middle of Gatka as Biu will be able to spot out Box Gaming members there. VIP squad will fall into 11. Now, looking at this situation here, Seniors holding that M16, still trying to beat down the rest of Box Gaming members that's hiding behind the smokes. Same sort of scenario where RQ is at.
Well, looking at his vest, totally shredded at the timing, out in the open, while the rest of Team Secret still have Kuve on their back, but got that compound covering so far. And the rest of NRG just joining in to give some more backup. They might have to go through Purple Mood and illuminate right in front of them. We still have Bigatron at the corner of the map, while Team Secret will be aimed by all of these teams because everybody want that compound for a cover.
You can see Marwin managed to actually get a little bit of a red dot on his spring M4, I assume, as all these guys from Narok needs to find a way to cut in towards the next phase here. We're going into phase 6 shortly in just about 10 seconds. Last smoke's being cracked up. Zooms will be able to take out Away, and over on the back of BTR, Narok Gaming takes out Natic. Maptoy's down on the ground as well. There's a 3-4-way battle coming in your way.
Oh, Purple Moon is actually in the center of this war zone. We have Illuminate Martin really needed his help of the team, and it seems like he will be finished off by Team Secret, apparently, who's trying to get themselves in the safe zone. While RRQ managed to finish off Loki off the map. And looking at this, everybody just gonna migrate into the safe zone. The circle closes, the blue shrinks, Reeks trying to get a couple of tabs.
Oh no, he gets spotted out, and now he's slowly bleeding out, but he's trying to secure the kills before he gets knocked away. No one's gonna save his life, but Biu turns it up, and now X-Team, they are by the corners, and finally they manage to kill off the last member, Kuve, while the captain has to pick up Sinbinio. They're talking about the walls there, and Illuminate the Murder is kind of separated. They have 3 men, but speaking of that, RQ just spot out the rest of Illuminate.
Well, this is bad for Illuminate, even though they got covered by the smoke, but it's not protecting them very well. Senior got the vision still on the war. Purple Moon, the rest of the team are just gonna migrate into the middle of the circle, which being held by RRQ at the time. And they're the closest ones, yet still nobody wants to move out in the open. There you go.
This is bold. He's going straight towards the side of Illuminate the Murder. Here comes the rest of the cavalry as well. And Ernie is joining the fray. Martin just have these broken vehicles right in front of him. He's just going to burn it up for a little bit more. Now, over on the side of Purple, they're just turning into ninjas, dropping those smokes, hiding inside. Not going to be viewed at all, but Senior is going to have an eye straight in towards the warehouses as well as the barn of Gatka. Now,
the rest of RQ pop up a lot of smoke. They want to get themselves covered because they know they have no other cover than just the smoke. Well, Illuminate Martin have that buggy on explosion, but Team Secret kind of have the vision on Illuminate, but the rest of the team still up away behind. You pop a couple of smoke and nades there, trying to give a little bit pressure on Illuminate.
Being cornered by the corners of the wall, and you can see that Martin is trying to march upwards there. Have a little bit of smoke here to actually work with. So Biu has to make the run, but he's getting taken down by Ernie. Martin will secure the kill instead, but oh my goodness, Ernie popping out the RRQ, suddenly having the Fury form to actually take out the guys from Team Secret. Team Secret on the 6th place. GE running for his life.
GE is a very low on health. He doesn't have that healing that much time, looking at taking off his life, but this just don't work for Boss Gaming. There goes your out game, but looking at this Martin.
Oh, he takes out Senior. He manages to still survive. Yes, he runs through the circle, rejoins, regroups with Illuminate the Murder. Purple Mood still playing it really passively, waiting for the 2 top guns here to fight it off. It is a tie ending as we see the top 4 coming in from Narrow Gaming, Purple Mood, RRQ as well as Illuminate.
Melwin is being very sneaky snake here, while the rest of Purple Mood don't have any idea. Mao is right behind seen him. This is bad for Purple Moon because when they caught off guard, Maui can finish them off right away because they are staying in a club.
Slowly crawl in. I think they could actually do something, but if RRQ decides to look towards the left side, and if Marwin slowly strafes to the right, that's going to be game over for the side of Narrow Gaming. Well, RRQ does have 3 men. Is it even number for the side of Illuminate? Oh, the nade falling near towards the side of Got It. Oh, it lands straight towards the side of Armjo. That is magnificent. As Senor finds the rest of Illuminate, the murder. That's 1 more down. Marching forwards, looking for Armjo as well as Goodart.
Oh,
Maui. Bleeding out. 1 more left.
He has to stand up, but Goodart just
there we go. Oh, Senor's inside the car.
More.
What is he doing? But Senor managed to secure that kill. Now looking for NRG as well. Purple Moon. Purple Moon once again fights off with RQ. There's something similar as the circle shrinks all the way in. They need to actually pick up this fight. They're looking for all these kills. They're hugging behind. They love the nade. This might just be it. This might just be it. Oh my
goodness, it lopsided and not hitting Purple Moon. But Jasper holding it on with the rest of D2E, Ernie, as well as the RRQ trying to get themselves. They want to run over with that UAZ. Please get on that UAZ and run over Purple Moon now.
Not at this moment. They need this win. They desperately need this win to secure themselves that spot and towards the PMCO Berlin Finals. And now they already know that Purple Moon might just be around that corner. You can see D2E pointing the guns straight towards that direction. But they're waiting for it. They're baiting with the vehicle. They're making a couple of noises there. But Purple Moon is out of nades, out of smokes, out of everything. So they need to actually wait it all out.
Senior,
this is prone gaming that we're seeing right now.
Still in the car, Senior really want to run over Purple Moon, but they have no clue where the exact position for Purple Moon. Once they jump off, because one is running out of the blue, they're probably just gonna expose themselves way too much. With the firepower kind of advantage towards their RRQ right now, Purple Moon trying to be silent as much as they can, hoping and praying the circle just gonna favor them for once. This is the last circle that we're talking about. Jasper being very silently and perseverance, trying to hold, be calm, making sure that they got everywhere covered.
I think they should actually slowly strafe themselves towards the left and try to centralize a little bit more. When they push towards the other section, they could actually get some angles at least. While RRQ, they know they need to play this safely. They want the chicken dinner because none of the teams have taken a double chicken dinner.
If Noe moved a little bit to the front, his head might be popped up because we are looking at D2E was just covered. This is never gonna budge.
Okay, snakes.
Are we looking at healing game? Are we looking at healing game?
Should I say snails? Maybe it's just snails, you know, like you just want to hide in this shelter while 2 members from the side of the 3. They could actually send 1 guy to risk it and find out the position and go in for a rush. Here comes a little bit of bait of the taps coming straight from the side of RRQ.
If only there's nades being thrown out and about, it would be a big, big play.
Now, I think I know what they're up to. They're going to send 1 guy to do the healing, while RRQ can send 2 of them fighting off.
I think just one is more than enough.
Possibly just drive all the way into that. So, the energy drinks, a couple of taps coming straight from the side of Jasper, just trying his luck. Not going to land anything at all.
They have no idea where exactly the Purple Moon guys are. It's so hard at this point because the terrain is actually favoring them, but looking at D2E slowly.
Nowin does not have a single mat at all. He cannot play the matting game. So now that he's down with 0 mats, he might as well just risk it. But he desperately wants that chicken dinner. Purple Moon has already tried to actually siege this one, but it was Golden Cat that stole it away from him. But here comes the Strange! And D2E brings them down to only 1 man left. They're looking for him, and Jasper, the only surviving member, will slowly be taken out. He's going for the Strange. He takes down Senor, but Ernie will finish the job. This is the game in the hands of RRQ Athena. 2nd chicken dinner for today.
So close with Jasper. He managed to knock 2 people down. Almost the last clip there. Can get and change their favor. They can get the first play if they got the chicken dinner just now.
Then they managed to hold on real well. Purple Moon was this close, but it was down to the wire, down to the final moment where it mattered the most, and RRQ, numbers advantage, give them that edge. Give them all the fire.